Tonight we're going to be making an empanada. We're going a little bit south of the border, kind of Spanish, kind of Caribbean, kind of Mexican in origin here. Right now what we're going to make is the empanada dough, some salt and some baking powder right here. Goes in. Yeah, get it all in there. Mix this up. Alright, now we're going to cut in the butter. Roughly a tablespoon at a time. Actually, not even that. We're going to just dump it all in. We're going crazy. Maybe. Okay, we start cutting it in like so. Alright, and if we look in here, you can start to see that I'm getting formations of the flour clumping into the butter. You want that because that's what makes the crumbly texture, kind of like pie crust. But you look, we're getting roughly around the size of peas, give or take, with these little clumps. It's what you want. That right there, it shortens the dough and actually makes it nice and fluffy, flaky. A beautiful thing. Like I said, it's a lot like pie crust. Okay, with what we've got here, we're actually, because this is a different dough necessarily than pie crust, we're actually going to be adding half an egg to it as well. When I say half an egg, that means we're just adding a yolk. Drop that in. Start mixing that around. And then after that, we're going to add in some water, a little bit at a time. So put it in, let it incorporate. We're trying not to build gluten with this. We just want it to stick together. We're not making bread. We don't want strong strands. We want this to actually flake and fall apart when we actually use it. See how it's starting to come together more? The more water we add in and mix around really lightly, we're not kneading it, the more it'll come together. Get that all in there. Yeah. We're getting really close. It's going to bunch together real quick like. And a little bit more. Almost there. And again, nature's perfect tool, the hand, really great for this. Touch more. See how it's actually, as we're going, you notice how I can actually ball it up. We're really close. Man, I'm messy. Save all that. We want this because this has got liquid in it. We don't want to lose any of our liquid. Okay, now, see where we're at. We're going to dump it out right here. Just bring it together. Oh yeah. Notice it's still really crumbly. We want that because we don't want it to actually form into a bread ball like dough like you would get for bread. Okay, now the next step with this, we're actually going to split it in half, cover it, and then we're going to refrigerate this for a half hour, or for about 45 minutes really. And from there, what we're going to be doing when we get this in there, is we're going to go to the next step and we're going to make the filling. So We're going to get this packed up and then get ready to make the filling. Alright, next we're making our stuffing to go inside the empanada. Got onions, got garlic, peppers, a couple chili de arbol, and some ancho chilies. Anchos are the dried form of poblano peppers. Tomatoes, rum rebellion, pulled chicken that was actually marinated last night in rum rebellion, and black beans and corn. Alright, we're going to start off with the onion. Let that start cooking. Then add the garlic. And the peppers. I never add the garlic first, because by itself it'll start to burn, and when it burns it gets very bitter. It's not a flavor you necessarily want to add into anything necessarily, except unless it's a beer, and then you really want it bitter, depending on the beer. We're going to let these cook to almost translucent, cook them down. You can use just about any kind of pepper. I happen to like these peppers. I use them in a lot of my Mexican cooking. Just let them go. Okay, from here we're going to actually add in our tomatoes now. And some of the rebellion. And we're going to let this cook down for a little bit until it's kind of a thicker sauce. And actually you can add in a little bit more. Alright, you notice that the liquid has gone down quite a bit now. It's thickened. Still a little bit loose. Now is when we add our beans and the corn and the chicken. At this point we're really not as so much trying to cook it as just warm it up. Make it all incorporate and absorb those flavors and dry it out a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. A little bit of liquid that was still in there is now really starting to just absorb. That's all going right into this. So at this point, do a little test, check our flavor, make sure we're good. We have the seal of approval. Let this just warm up a little bit more. And real soon, we'll have the dough ready, and we'll fill it and cook off some empanada.